What is up, guys? Today we are here with the 12th shelf of my action movie collection. Starting off with Direct Contact with Dolph Lundgren. Fan of old school action movies, so I know these are those B straight to DVD movies, but they're the closest thing to throwbacks to old school action these days with the old school action stars. And this one actually wasn't too bad. Not his worst piece of work. But yeah, I am trying to get all the Dolph Lundgren movies, so there's this one. And then we go to the one that is not so great. This one is garbage. This one is really bad. Command Performance, where he's in a band and he's taking on terrorists in a nightclub. So yeah, not the greatest movie here. I would not go out of my way to watch this if you haven't seen it before. Then we have The Killing Machine with Dolph Lundgren. This one was actually really good. Definitely one of his better straight-to-DVD releases. Lots of action, lots of explosions, lots of gunfights. Extremely well directed. No complaints about this movie whatsoever. Then we have In the Name of the King 2, Two Worlds. Sequel to Jason Statham's In the Name of the King movie, and this one is worse. I heard the third one of this series with Dominic Purcell is even worse than this one, and had half the budget of this one even, so I don't even want to know what that one looks like. Then we have Stash House. This movie was actually really good. This is Dolph Lundgren's not the main guy in this movie. He's actually the bad guy, which is a nice fresh take, and it's very well directed, very good premise. Definitely worth checking out if you can find it on a streaming service somewhere. Then we have Blood of Redemption. Big cast for this movie, a lot of names. Pretty solid movie. Not the best movie he's done, but it's a pretty solid for a straight to DVD action movie right here. So worth checking out if you haven't seen it before. Then we have Ambushed. Pretty solid action movie as well. Same director as Blood of Redemption, so makes it worth checking out again. Great director. I'm surprised he hasn't directed more of these straight-to-DVD action movies. Then we have Puncture Wounds with Dolph Lundgren and Kung Lee. This movie was bad. Dolph Lundgren was the villain in this one too. He wasn't the main guy, and it was rough to watch. Kung Lee couldn't really carry a movie on his own, and Dolph Lundgren with a mustache not being a major role in the movie just made it almost unwatchable. Then we have Legendary with Dolph Lundgren and Scott Adkins. These two seem to work together a lot in a lot of movies. This one was not that good. Yeah, they're looking for going to China, looking for ancient, trophy hunters for crocodiles and stuff like that. And yeah, this isn't that good. Don't waste your time with it. And we go from that to Seven, which is obviously a cult classic, and rightfully so. David Fincher movie. There's nothing to complain about with this movie. I mean, this is like the perfect movie. This is, if you had to pick my favorite David Fincher movie, this would probably be it right here. Maybe followed by Gone Girl. Then we have The Tournament. Good premise, a bunch of hitmen fighting for a prize. The only way to win is to kill your opponents. There's no way out of it kind of thing. So just a lot of interesting characters all fighting for the prize. Ving Rhames does well in this movie. I mean, worth checking out. It's a cheesy kind of sci-fi-ish action movie. Then we've got Crossing Over with Harrison Ford and Ray Liotta. This was back before I had Netflix when I bought this, and I regretted buying it the minute I watched it. This movie's pretty boring. It was just one of those things where the names kind of, ooh, you know, this could be interesting. So you just kind of pick it up while you're at work kind of thing. Yeah, not that good. Comment down below if you've seen that movie and think differently. Then we have Biker Boys. You know, this came out like right after Fast and Furious. They were trying to compete with it. It was okay. It was better than Torque, but that's not saying much. But yeah, it had a good cast. It had a good premise, but it was only, you know, it doesn't hold a candle to Fast and Furious. Oh. Then we have Tigerland with Colin Farrell. Didn't like this movie very much. Kind of boring for me. I wouldn't really recommend it. You know, Joel Schumacher directed it, but that doesn't really mean much. It's not that good. There's better war movies to watch than this. Then we have The Protector, Tony Jaa. Great martial arts movie. Lots, you know, Tony Jaa is a great martial artist, but, you know, I don't think that this really holds a candle to the classic Jet Li and Jackie Chan martial arts movies, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just, I prefer them over him. But Ikyo Was is more my style. I like him a lot compared to Tony Jaa. But I guess they're the new Jet Li and Jackie Chan of this generation. But it's an okay movie. Then we have Mortal Kombat. Loved this when I was a kid. You watch it as an adult and it's only eh. And again, loved it as a kid, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and you watch it now and this is garbage. This is horrible. This is almost completely unwatchable right here. I don't know why I loved this movie when I was a kid. I really don't. Then we have Open Water. This movie got me hooked. I mean, this is a terrifying movie just being left out in the middle of the ocean. I mean, a depressing ending too. Oh my God. Definitely worth checking out if you've never seen this movie before. I 100% recommend this one for sure. I mean, you won't be disappointed seeing this. Comments down below if you have seen this. I'd love to hear your opinion on Open Water. Then we have Open Water 2 Adrift. Again, this is another one just as good as the first one, if not even a little better. Because they've got actors that you actually know in the movie. But yeah, this is... these movies are just depressing. I mean, they're brutal. They're a hard watch, don't get me wrong, too. But I mean, definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen them before. Then we have Bulletproof Monk. Pretty solid action movie. Liked it a lot when I was a kid. Watch it now and it's only average. You know, I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it, but if you can find it on a streaming service somewhere or find it in a thrift store somewhere, it's worth you know, maybe $1 or $2. I wouldn't be spending 20 or 30 bucks on it. Then we have Half-Past Dead 2 with Bill Goldberg. Again, this was back before I had Netflix, you know, just buying anything that looked interesting. New Bill Goldberg, knew some of the supporting people in this movie like Corrupt and Tony Plana. And yeah, this movie was nowhere near as good as the original. So yeah, that is what it is, I guess. Then we have Firestorm with Howie Long. You know, again, you know, back before I had Netflix, just kind of buying anything that looked interesting. I'd seen the trailers to this for a lot of different movies that I don't owned. So I figured, oh, you know, I might as well pull the trigger and see what it's like. And it was actually pretty good. I wasn't completely bummed by the purchase of this movie. It's worth watching at least once. Howie Long's not the greatest actor, I did like him in Broken Arrow, though. Then we have V for Vendetta. A lot of people seem to like this movie. I'm not one of them. I thought this movie was horrible. I guess that's just me. But I don't know. It's more of a political, kind of futuristic, weird movie. Not my style. And then lastly, we have Unstoppable with Wesley Snipes. Another straight-to-DVD release, you know, trying to get all Wesley Snipes action movies as well. This is definitely not the better of his straight-to-DVD action movies. This is probably on the lower, worst end for his straight-to-DVD movies. But, you know, I do have it, and I'm trying to get all of them. So, you know, if you see it somewhere maybe and you're bored and want to watch something you haven't seen before, maybe it's worth checking out. But otherwise, that'll do it for this shelf. If you like content like this, please like and subscribe. Your support is much appreciated. I'm also over on Letterboxd. The link to that is over on the profile description of this channel. Otherwise, until next time, guys.